Hello and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy. Good morning, happy Tuesday. And before we get started in this episode of Tuesday's Enlightenment, I would like to welcome anyone who, if this is the first time watching one of my videos or visiting the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you could join us this morning. And for those of you who are normal watchers and subscribers, welcome back. Good morning. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. And as you can see from the title, we're going to talk about moon water. Now, real quick, before we get into it, it doesn't matter if you watch this a month from the time it's recorded or 10 years. It is what it is. Making moon water is so beneficial to your spiritual journey, and any time is great to talk about it. The reason why I'm releasing it today is because at the time this is being released, the full moon in Virgo, or the worm moon, is set to occur on actually a week from today. So I thought it was really good. I know a lot of people on my Facebook page ask questions about moon water, message me about moon water. If you're not following me on Facebook, that is a great way to get information. I will remind you the morning of, hey, put out your crystals, make your moon water. If it's not safe to do it, I will let you know that as well. And we're going to talk about why wouldn't it be safe. So we're going to get into all of that. So first of all, for anybody, if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here, and I really hope you take something from this. And for all my returning viewers, hello, how are you? I hope that you're having a fantastic, beautiful day. And real quick, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button. It really does help the algorithm. You would be helping me out personally by supporting my channel, and I would be most grateful. You can turn off the notifications. I know I do for the channels that I subscribe to, as I don't want my phone blowing up all day. But it really is critical in that stupid YouTube algorithm. It is real. So please smash that subscribe button. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and first talk about the moon a little bit and the moon's energy. Now, we all learned in grade school science that the tides, our high tides and low tides, are caused by the gravitational pull of the moon. You also hear, and I may be dating myself with some of the terms I'm going to use, oh, it's going to be fun in the loony bin tonight, or oh, all the crazies are going to be out tonight, it's a full moon. And that's because they say that, you know, the full moon does affect us personally. And anybody that's a Cancerian, zodiac sign Cancer like myself, you're a moon baby. So you're already super emotional. So when it is the full moon, you're getting a double dose of us. So let your significant others know and your family know, hey, full moon, Cancer, just beware, okay? Anyway, the lunar cycle, it's been studied and researched, can affect other aspects of our life, including our sleep patterns, which include our circadian rhythms. It can cause depression, it can affect anxiety, it can cause stress or affect your stress levels, temperature, your water balance, which makes absolute sense since we said that, you know, it affects the gravitational pull of our tides here on Earth. It can affect your blood pressure, which, you know, I'd be interested in to take blood pressure. I might have to try that. Take my blood pressure like maybe 2 days up to the full moon, or maybe like 3 days before the full moon, then during the full moon, and 3 days after. Like, do it first thing in the morning when you get up and see if there is any difference. I was researching some of this a little bit because I wanted to get some of the science behind, you know, how the moon affects us. And when I saw blood pressure, I was like, huh, I'd never heard that one. As I said, you know, there's terminologies like, oh, the loony bin's going to be a riot tonight, or the kooks are going to be out. And it is said that there is an increase in violence, sexual activity, and risk-taking behaviors such as driving too fast or drinking way too much alcohol around the full moon. So just kind of take heed to how it affects you, and try to take notice the next full moon, how you react to it. And if you're somebody that has a spiritual journal, maybe write down your day. You know, I have a spiritual journal. I don't sit there and do like Dear Diary. But maybe on the full moon day, maybe it's a day to sit there and really write how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I did, what made me mad, if anything unusual happened. And that might be a little homework assignment for myself as well. So moon water. The first time I read about moon water, I was super stoked. I was like, oh, anything to do with the moon, I'm excited. And my husband, you know, he rolls his eyes and he's like, okay, whatever. And he's not big on the bandwagon. He'll take a sip of my moon water every now and then, but, you know, he's not sold on it yet. But moon water is simply water that's been exposed to the moonlight and charged with a magical intention. Okay? The water will then embody properties and energy of the moon phase so that we can use it whenever you need. Now, you can make moon water on the other phases of the moon, but it will do different things. Right now, I only do it on the full moon. I want to try some of the other moon cycles. And if you do that, just make sure that you label your jars and stuff. So give me 1 second. I'm going to show you a moon water that I have made myself. So this is what I do. It is, this is a 32 ounce bottle. Don't use plastic. Obviously, plastic is not good. You want to use water. And preferably, or you want to use water. Yeah, we're going to hold water in a water bowl. Glass. I need coffee. You want to do it in glass, and preferably clear glass. You don't want to use anything colored, anything like that. When I first started out making moon water, I actually used smaller jars, and I started with like 4 jars. And now my husband, last month, he was like, how much of this dang water are you making? And as of right now, I make 13 jars of this. So I try to drink 2 glasses of moon water a day. I try to drink a glass when I get up at first thing in the morning, 8 ounces, and then 8 ounces before I meditate. So this jar will last me 2 days. Now, sometimes I will admit I'm not perfect. I do miss a day here or there. And if you don't use all your moon water, you can save it. Or you can close your eyes and say, I clear you of any intention, and then just set a new intention when you put it outside. But if you're going to be someone that eventually, if you want to save it because you're going to have a different intention, then you might want to on the top write the date or put a sticky post-it note or something on it to identify, you know, which full moon and the date that the moon water and maybe what your intention was, okay? And then store it, all right? So I'm kind of jumping all over the place, and I have kind of a, not an outline, but outline in my head of how I wanted to do this. So basically, moon water is nothing more than regular old water that's been blessed under the full moon. All right, I'm going to set this down on the floor here. Okay. Sorry, my nose is just this morning. All right, so how do we prepare the moon water? It's really simple. You can do it ahead of time. I usually start the day before the full moon, and I'll get my jars filled. And anyway, so you could do it 1 of 2 ways. Now, you can use any kind of water, but if you're using water to drink, I wouldn't use like rainwater or something of that effect, or water that you've catched rainwater. I wouldn't do that. If that's the case, do it in a separate bowl. You can use a bowl or a glass jar like I use. I put a lid on mine. I don't think it matters. I've seen Some people, oh, you shouldn't put a lid on it. And then others, oh, you should. Well, it's in glass. The energy is going to get in, okay? So basically you get your water and then you go and you place it outside somewhere. You do it at dusk because you don't want to do it when the sun is up. You do it at dusk, place it somewhere that it's going to get a lot of moonlight. Now, I'm trying to think, do I want to jump ahead and jump back? All right, I'm just going to go with the flow. My Tuesdays, for those of you who've never watched this before, Tuesdays Enlightenment is like super casual. If you were here at my house or I was at your house and we were sitting down about to have a cup of coffee, because I don't have coffee in my hand, and just having a casual conversation. So this is totally not scripted, okay? I try to keep my things fun and light, and there's nothing worse than watching a YouTuber who just reads from a piece of paper and you put the water in a jar and then you set it out. Awful. Put you to sleep. You know, come on. Have a little life. Be human. Scratch your nose. Scratch your hair. Cough. Anyway, okay, see? And for those of you new, sometimes I do get a little carried away and digress, especially if I talk about crystals. Whoo. Okay, see? All right, reeling it back in. Okay, so we've gotten our water in our containers. You set it outside at dusk. You let it sit out in the moonlight all night long. Now, before you leave, you go set it outside. You want to set an intention. And your intention can be anything. It can be anything from you're setting an intention that you want to try to find a new job, or you're trying to set an intention that you're wanting to purchase a new home. Setting an intention that you're going to get up every morning and start exercising, whatever it is, okay? So when you set it out in the moonlight, you can either say, or set it out at dusk, the moon's not necessarily out then, you can either say to yourself or you can say out loud something like to the effect, dear moon, thank you for this sacred water, which is already helping me with, and then state your intention. So you could say, with finding a new home to purchase, you know, what have you. That is totally, you know, up to you. You can add to it. You can say what you want. You know, I always, at the end, I like to say thank you 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I always say blessed be, because I just want God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. Again, I don't try to be politically correct, but I don't want to offend anybody. You know, I always try to say blessed be. So it's kind of a way to say, you know, thank you, thank you, thank you, and really show gratitude and respect. So then you leave your moon water out all night and it soaks up the energy. And then first thing in the morning before the sun comes out, though, you want to bring it in. Now, there is something sun water. I don't know if you guys have ever made sun tea. That is something totally different, and I'm not going to talk about that here. But you don't want to leave it out in the sunlight. Crack of dawn, get up, get your moon water in the house, okay? Then you have it. All right, so what happens if it's cloudy? Well, when I first started, I'd be like, oh, it's cloudy out. I can't put out my crystals, can't put out my moon water. No, that's false. Because it's not the rays of the moon, it's not the light, it is the energy. And even if the moon is behind clouds, that energy is piercing through the clouds. So therefore, you know, you can have your moon water out when it's cloudy. That doesn't matter. If it's raining out, even better. If you have it in a bowl and you're collecting it for some other purpose other than ingesting, you're going to even have better water because it's coming down from the sky, and the whole time it's coming down, it's already being charged, and then it's in your bowl and it's getting charged. And that's beautiful, actually. But if it's raining, it's okay. If you're not comfortable with putting it out in the rain, or you feel funny about putting it out when it's cloudy, or you don't even want to leave it outside because maybe you live in a really congested area and you're worrying about somebody jacking up your moon water, set it in a windowsill, somewhere and like I said, it's not necessarily the light, but me personally, I would just feel better if it's at least the moon, even behind a cloud, is facing the window where I was putting the water. That's just what makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And as always with anything, follow your own intention. Okay? It's totally up to you what you do with it. Now, we've made the moon water, we've brought it in. Well, now what do you do with it? Okay, well, like I said, make sure if you're going to be making different types and if you're going to save it because of the intention, make sure that you label it appropriately. Now, the first thing that you can use moon water for is meditation. Before meditation, take a drop of it, put it on your third eye. Just wet your third eye. Don't let it, don't dry it off. Just let it soak up. I told you, I like to drink a cup of it before I meditate. It helps me. I feel connect more. So that's totally up to you. You can also apply it, put it in a bath. That's another great way of, I'm sorry, I was looking out the window. I saw a bird. You can put it in your bath water. So to supercharge that bath, maybe if you have some leftover moon water and you're doing a moon bath on the full moon, dump in that leftover water from the last full moon into your bath that evening. That's another way of using it. I haven't tried that, but I actually like that idea. Another way that you can use it is for cleaning. You can put it in, put a whole bottle or whatever, but pour a splash in your mop water. Put a splash in your laundry, in your washing machine. You can add some into a spray bottle and just mist the air. You can add a little bit of lavender or something to it as well to make a nice, beautiful spritz to freshen up your home. That is a wonderful way that you can utilize it as well. I'm going to pause for just 1 second because I think I hear Parker. All right. Sorry about that. I heard Parker and I don't want her to wake up my husband because he's still sleeping. Okay, so we said we can add it to our bath water. And what she was barking at, like I said, I thought it was a bird, but I could see way out yonder my neighbor's dogs through the trees. And I didn't want Parker to get started. Anyway, sorry about that. All right, so this is not something I am fond of. I do not personally like manifesting for money. That is just my own personal preference. Some people feel fine with it. I don't mind manifesting for promotion or manifesting for your business to be successful. But a lot of people do, like, you'll see money jars, which is kind of like a spell. They'll do some candle magic for money. They'll make crystal grids for money. I've heard affirmations, meditations for money. I've heard full-on hour-long meditations for money. It doesn't sit well with me. I'm just, I don't know. But if that is something that you're comfortable with, you can use it for manifestation. You can sprinkle a little bit of the moon water on your purse and set that intention, to manifest more money, or your wallet. If you have a checkbook, which not many people, I don't think, use checkbooks anymore. When I have to write a check, it's like, I don't carry it with me anymore, but it's like, I don't know. Okay, I'm aging myself. But I'm sure that there's some of you out there that are like, oh yeah, I know what a checkbook is. Oh, and I'm sorry, when we were talking, so that's for the manifestation. When we were talking about cleaning, one of the things too, I said you can put it in a squirt bottle. You can also just put your fingers in it and just mist it around, like if you've ever gone to Catholic Mass and you see the priest sprinkle the holy water, it's kind of like the same thing. Taking your moon water and sprinkling it around to just clean and cleanse the energy in whatever room. Another great way, especially if you know you're getting close to the next full moon and you have still a lot of moon water and you know that you're not going to use it or drink it or whatever, put it in a diffuser and add some essential oils, lavender, frankincense. Oh my gosh, frankincense and moon water. But frankincense is so expensive. But if it's real frankincense, you're going to pay for it. And just, I love frankincense. I love it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Again, digress. I love essential oils as well. But you can diffuse your essential oils using the moon water as well. Another great thing you can do with it is charging your crystals. However, be careful with that. Okay, so if you're going to charge your crystals with the moon water, make sure you put the crystal in it and that the crystal is fully submerged. Okay, now be careful. There are a lot of crystals out there that can't be put in water. Some will create toxic, become very toxic in water. I have one, it's called Voluminite, and I keep it in a case. And it is very, very toxic. And even if you touch it and like your hands have a little bit of, like a little sweaty, or you might not even notice it, it can cause toxicity. Okay. So be careful that some crystals, when they are in water, can become toxic. Additionally, some crystals don't do well in water, like selenite. Selenite is a wonderful crystal. It is not poisonous. But if you put it in water, which I have washed it before, it disintegrates. So be careful. There are just too many for me to name here. Me personally, I do not put any of my crystals in water. I don't know all the ones that can and can't be. I can make an educated guess. If I'm not sure, I wouldn't put it in water. But I don't have the time to research all that. I have better ways that I can charge my crystals. But if you need something like that, just please, crystals are expensive. Make sure you do your due diligence to make sure that you're not ruining your crystal. Another great way, watering plants, your house plants. Use moon water. You will see a huge difference in the growth. They love it. Okay? Trust me, I've tried that one before, and I had a dying plant. I poured a little bit of my moon water in it, and the next day, and it wasn't dying because it was, I hadn't watered the plant in like a long time. This thing was 90% dead. And the next day I came back and it was, hello, I'm alive. So, there's something to be said. And then finally, drink it. As long as it's safe, as long as you didn't use like rainwater or some funky kind of puddle water or something like that. If it's nice, filtered, clean water, like I have, I get my jar and put it under my Berkey filter and fill it up. Drink it. It's great for your body, keeps you hydrated, and the energy is phenomenal. But that's really it to moon water. There's not a lot to it. It's really simple. Just the worst part is carrying it all out there and carrying it all back in the house. And that's why you have a husband who does it, and then he complains, and then it's like, well, I just might as well have done it myself. Anyway, I love you, Ed. Anyway, so with that being said, I just wanted to really touch on this. So you had a couple ideas. Like I said, if you're not following me on Facebook, if you do have Facebook, check me out, Your Natural Healer. I do put reminders up there on the full moon. Get your moon water out tonight and your crystals. And I will also tell you if it's not, when you don't want to do it. Okay, reel it back in. There's certain times you do not want to put your crystals outside. And sometimes during a retrograde, it kind of depends on what retrograde you got going on. Again, I will let you know if it's safe or not. And eclipses. Certain eclipses have crazy energy, and you do not want your moon water charged with that. You don't want your crystals charged with that. So when there's that crazy phenomenon going on, Nope, 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 nope. And I'll try to give you a heads up the month before saying, hey, make some extra moon water because next month you're not going to be able to put it out during the full moon. Okay, so I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that. So just be careful. So that's all I have for you this morning. I tried to keep this short, and there is no Reiki hug with the Tuesday Enlightenment. Anyway, like I said, please smash that subscribe button. Thank you for doing so. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting my channel. Wednesday, something new is dropping. And if this is like a couple years down the road, it's already in effect. I'm not going to give it away. I'll let you guys wait until tomorrow to see. And then on Friday, we have our Oracle reading for the week. And then we start our new week. We'll have Monday, our tarot reading. That Tuesday, the March the 7th, we'll have another Tuesday's Enlightenment, as well as our full moon in Virgo. I don't like to really call it a manifestation event. We'll just call it our full moon in Virgo metaphysical event. There we go. Using the energy of the full moon. So anyway, I'm done. You can check me out on Facebook if you're interested in any services, birth chart analysis, life chakra reading. I can do analysis, for careers and all that. There's all different types of reports and stuff I can put together. Numerology, tarot readings. If you want some distance Reiki, distance Reiki with crystal gritting, check out yournaturalhealer.com. I'm also in the process, if I haven't already done so, if you're watching this like a year after the fact, if you go to yournaturalhealer.com and click on the other link, you'll see the Lotus Center. Click on that. That will take you to my educational university website. You can also check that out on lotuscenter.online.com. That's where courses and special events and webinars are all going to be posted. All right, I promise I'm done because I need coffee. So anyway, guys, go have a wonderful day. Happy Tuesday. Go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste, my friends.